everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. It's a little warmer up here than we're used to, but thank you for coming, and we'll make this really quick so we can get back downstairs, which is cooler, and we can have some more wine. Cool us off. So I want to welcome all the guests tonight. I want to let you know that if you are a guest, the person who invited you thinks the world of you, and that they see something in you, that they want to do more life with you, they want to spend more time, they want a vacation, they just want to be a part of your life. And so that's why you're here tonight. With Arbonne, we get to pick who we spend time with and who we do business with and who we do life with. So throughout the presentation tonight, just keep your mind open and your hearts open. And everybody out there in cyberspace that got invited, welcome. And how old you are? Well, I'm getting there. It's about them, not about me. So anyway, so thank you for coming. And so yes, I'm Teresa Thomas. I'm an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne. I've been with Arbonne almost 5 years. My anniversary date will be in September of this year, and I'm really excited about that. How I came into Arbonne was kind of a similar story across the board. You know, a lot of people have my story, is that they got called up from a good friend, and they said, hey, I'm starting this business. I'm having this little demo at my house. Would you like to come and check it out? And like most people, I'm on the other end of the phone, I went, eye roll. Is this one of those things? Is that one of those party things? You know, is it makeup? Because I don't do makeup, and my really good friend said, no, there's a lot of other things, just please come. And she was a really dear friend, and she's still a really dear friend, not past 10. She is a really dear friend. And at that moment, honestly, I was like, I felt kind of obligated to go because she was so true and dear to my heart. And I just, she needed a butt in the chair, and I said, hey, I can put my butt in your chair and drink your wine and eat your amazing appetizers because she is great with party planning. And so I sat in the back of this presentation with a lot of misconceptions. I had a lot of misconceptions about what network marketing was, about what Arbonne was. Like I said, I thought it was this girly girl thing that just bored housewives did for a little extra pocket money. And as I was sitting in the back with my arms crossed, all disgruntled, drinking her wine and everything, and I started hearing a few things that really kind of lit some light bulbs off in my head. One, I learned what network marketing really was and what it wasn't, and we'll be going through that in the presentation in just a bit. Two, I learned a lot about how naive I was, really about the products I was using, about what I was putting on my skin and what it was doing to me. And I was kind of snobby or stuck up about products, and not that I was snobby about the brands. I actually bought my products from the grocery store, and I thought, that's totally good. Soap is soap, shampoo is shampoo, nothing's different, it's all good. But what I learned and what I was educated about on that first demonstration, what just blew my mind. And so when I went home, I started turning around the bottles, especially the bottles that my children were using and my husband was using, and I was horrified. And I learned that it's really good to be mindful of what we are putting on our skin. Because what I learned, and I thought I was educated, I thought I was doing really good, I thought I was eating and being really healthy and organic and scratch, and I was kind of a foodie and whatever. But I learned that what you put on your skin can get into your body. That was something I had never learned before. And so what I learned about Arbonne is that we're more education-based about the environment and our bodies than just schlepping product and lipsticks and stuff. And that really staying true to my heart because, I always had kind of a teacher mentality. I homeschooled my children all the way up through graduation of high school, and I always wanted to go out and help people with their lives and their health and their finances. And so I started thinking, okay, this is something that I really could do. And I jumped in after that, after replacing almost all my products in my house, what we call urbanized my house. And I haven't looked back. And it's been a wonderful journey. And I can't imagine where I'd be if I said no, and if I just kind of didn't do the research and did what you guys are doing tonight and coming here and learning about what Arbonne really is and what network marketing really is and how powerful it could be for you and your family. So what I'm going to do is I'll start with our presentation. And usually we have a big slide up behind us, but tonight I'm going to be reading. So are you ready to make a change? Back when that was 5 years ago, I really needed to make a change. I was asked during the presentation, where are you going to be in 5 years if you continue doing what you're doing? And I hadn't actually asked myself that specific question before. I had asked myself the question, where do you want to be in 5 years? I mean, we've all probably been asked that question, where do you want to be? But where will you be in 5 years if you continue doing what you're doing? And at that point, like I said, I was a stay-at-home homeschool mom. My husband was the main breadwinner. We had lost a house in the market crash of 2008. We were renting a really not so great house. we made it work because that's what we could afford. And I couldn't see any big leaps or bounds happening in our life over the next 5 years. That was going to change that. Also, my kids were going into high school, and I wanted my kids to be able to go to any college that they chose. We had zero in their college funds. Actually, we had started a college fund, and then we had to empty it to pay bills and pay food. We were really living paycheck to paycheck, and still borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and just like a lot of people, and maybe a lot of you here in this room. So what I had to think about is if I needed to do something different, and I wanted to have something different in my life. And so this statement here, are you ready to make a change? I was ready to make a change at that point. Now Arbonne, this is why we're here. Arbonne, we are a 36-year-old company. So we're not just a new brand of startup, we've been around the block a few times. And so we have the research, we have the proof, we have the years behind us to show that we are a great company. We have grown almost every single one of those 36 years. We have cutting edge research and development. We have a blend of green science and nature. So what we provide is pure, safe, and beneficial products. So, and with the proof of efficacy, so you know what you're putting on your skin from cover to cover of the catalog is going to be great for you and your family. We have a passionate culture of independent consultants. Everybody in this room, we're all smiling. We're happy to be here. Even if you come in a little bit, maybe upset during your day, you come out of an Arbonne meeting or just talking with an Arbonne consultant, and you feel better. We are positive. We love life, and we love sharing how to get that positivity in your life. We have a generous compensation plan. I have done a network marketing company before. I grew up in a network marketing house. My mother did everything under the sun back in the 80s. And that's where I kind of had that negativity of network marketing, because the companies of the 80s and the policies and procedures then are completely different than what they are now. So what you might have thought of your mom's Tupperware parties back in the day, completely different today. So the Arbonne product advantage. Our products are unique in the marketplace. We are marketed in the ultra skincare line. So that means we hold our own against Swiss products. The next level down would be French products. The next level down would be department stores like Nordstrom, and then the next down would be your local, drugstores and grocery stores. Buy all my products. So we are formulated at the Swiss level. We are all pH correct, hypoallergenic. We are vegan certified across the board from cover to cover. And whether or not you're vegan in your consumption, your meals, it's really important to have vegan in your skincare. If you want to take time and go home and Google rendering plants, go ahead and do that, and then you will absolutely understand why vegan is important in your skincare products. We never test on animals. We never have, we never will, and we refuse to go into countries that do require animal testing. And that is what I love about the ethics of our company, is that we don't just pick and choose about what country we're in, on what regulations we're going to follow. We have one regulation and we follow it no matter where we are. So it's great. Also, it's important to know is what's not in our products. We're formulated without gluten, without petroleum, without, like I said, animal byproducts or products, no formaldehydes, no chemical dyes and fragrances. If you ever have any, if you or somebody you know has a reaction to products being put on your skin topically, it's probably because of a synthetic chemical or dye. We don't put any of that in our products. In our nutrition line, we don't add any artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavorings. And this is a big one for me, no parabens or phthalates. Parabens are a chemical preservative that most beauty care products or any products have to put in their products so they can have up to a 6-year shelf life until you can get your hands on them. And they are an estrogen mimicking preservative. And with the explosion, especially in the female cancers nowadays, which are estrogen related, this is very important to me, is that I don't put anything on my skin, and I don't allow my children, my girls, my precious girls, to put anything on their skin that's going to endanger their lives. And so that's what I love about this company, is that we refuse to put these crazy chemicals that are going to harm ourselves and our kids. And also, we have a wide range of consumable products. We don't just market to one demographic on the globe. We have products from for babies to baby boomers, men and women of all ages, all types, all skin types. If you have skin, if you have hair or you eat, we have a product for you. We have skin care, we have nutrition, sun products, safe sun products. We do have cosmetics, we have bath and body, we have a great spa quality line, and we have stuff for hair. And so, and what's one thing that is great about consumable products is that when they run out, you're gonna have to replace them. And I've got great friends, really good dear friends that are in other network marketing companies that have a product that you buy once. And I purchase from them, and then until that product breaks, or if it breaks, and a lot of times they have a lifetime guarantee where if it breaks, they just replace it for free. You know, they're only gonna get one sale from me. So with Arbonne, we have all of our products are consumable, which is great in a business mindset. What really speaks to me is proof. I need proof. I need to make sure I know what is in the products, if it works, and what I'm getting into is legitimate. And we do all clinical results third party. We have clinical testing, and we can prove every single one of our product lines are high quality. They beat like the RE9 Advantage skincare line. We have beat the #1 department store brand and the other leading network marketing brand years upon years upon years upon years upon years. And we have proof that we can do that. And we send it out third party. They don't even know that they're testing Arbonne. It's blind party. So that proves to me that we have the product that actually works. Along with our philosophy with Arbonne is to get people healthy from the inside and out. So with the outside is the beauty care line. From the inside is our 30 Days to Healthy Living line, which we teach people, we educate people how to eliminate those toxins that we're putting into our body and how to eliminate the toxins that are already there and to create a nice, healthier lifestyle, and so they can live longer and happier. And along with that, we have a great line of nutrition, all dairy, soy, and gluten-free, which are very highly inflammatory products. Again, they're vegan certified, and they don't have any artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners. So why Arbonne and why right now? Well, what I talked about before is consumable products. When you go and you go and shampoo your hair, you've got that bottle of shampoo, you empty it with that bottle of shampoo. You're not going to say, well, it was great to shampoo my hair for about a month and a half or 2 months. Well, that's done. I'm done with shampooing my hair. No, you're going to go buy another bottle, of course. And so that is what is great about this business, is that when you create a network of clients and consumers, when they run out of their products, they're going to reorder, and you're going to get paid on every single reorder that they do. And so I've been getting paid on clients that I have for the last 5 years, which is amazing. And we teach them how to order on their own. And so it's just, I wake up and say, oh, I made money while I slept. That is amazing. Amazing business. Demand for health and wellness. Okay, who still supersizes? Who uses Aquanet? No? Okay. So we know now that all the stuff we did in the 70s and 80s have caught up to us now. And we need to get, and the demand for health and wellness is at the highest peak. We started with health and wellness back in 1980 when we founded the company. The timing and trends have caught up to us. We're not trendy, but we are on trend, which is amazing. So the demand for health and wellness is here, and it's going to stay. I don't think we're ever going to go back to what we did, 20, 30 years ago. Ability to leverage your time. With this business, it's amazing because you reach out and you educate people on replacing their products with a healthier alternative, and you get paid on that. But then when you teach and train somebody to do the same thing you are, and they start educating their network, you also get paid on that. And so if you put in your average of 10 hours a week, as an Arbonne consultant does, and you teach somebody else to do their 10 hours, and you teach somebody else to do their 10 hours, and you teach somebody else to do their 10 hours, you can see how you can get paid on hundreds of hours of work when you've only done your own 10 personal, which you can, it's just an amazing way to leverage your time. An internet-based business. Internet is not going away. We are in the age of technology. It's just going to keep getting more and more ingrained in our lives. Internet sales have overrun retail business. Who likes to go into the mall? We got one. Who would rather do all their shopping online? Okay, I think every single bit of my holiday shopping this past Christmas online. It's easy, you don't have to fight the crowds, it's more relaxing. This is the way the trends are going, is that we're going to be doing internet. Most people are just wanting to pop on their computer, pop on their smartphone. Computers are actually going away too. You just do everything on your smartphone, shop, done, it arrives on your door in 3 to 5 business days with Arbonne. Easy, quick, no muss, no fuss. And that's what's great about Arbonne, is that we are right where the market is right now. And we've been there for the last 36 years. It's just that the world has finally caught up to us, which is great. So this is a perfect time to get into Arbonne. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to our esteemed leader, Tracy Stokes.
No. Actually,
I'm old school. I'm going old school. That's the beauty of this. Like, I can't do that. I get all confused. I have it on there, but I found this in my notes. And like, that's the teacher in me. I had to take notes. I say teacher. Yeah. So welcome. I see some awesome familiar faces. But welcome to those new faces too. I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself, those of you who don't know me. I'm a teacher by trade, so I've had my teaching credential for going on 24 years now. I was introduced to Arbonne actually 12 years ago, so my anniversary is in August. I'm a grandfathered consultant, so basically that just means that I signed up 12 years ago and I started using the products 12 So I'm actually 60 years old. And Jennifer's like, what? So I signed up 12 years ago simply to help my best friend out, because she called me like most, well, you got introduced via a demo or an event. I got called from Pennsylvania to California for my best friend. And she said, hey, look, I'm starting this business. I want you to jump in with me. I want a vacation with you. I want to see you more. And these products are killer. Will you do this with me? And I'm like, I remember clearly sitting on the front porch in Los Angeles because I couldn't let my kids outside unless I was outside with them. And I was sitting on the little step and they were running around and she's calling me and I'm like, you're crazy. Like, what? No, I'm not going to do something silly like that, but I'll support you and I'll order product. So that's what I did 12 years ago. And now I'm like, Tracy, you're so silly. Because now she's one of the top, well, she's in the like 11 income earners in our entire company. So Tiffany Buffton was my best friend from college, my roommate. And, you know, it's our journey. It's really your journey and where you're at. And so I can't really kick myself. I can just tell myself, I'm so glad that I never quit and I never said no. So the moral of that story is you might have people watching you and you might have people saying no right now, but that's just because they don't know enough. And that's why we bring people in and we share this business with people, because that's why I said no. I said no because I didn't know. I didn't know what network marketing was. I thought it was one of those silly drink from the Kool-Aid, like you guys are going to go hold hands and like raise your hands and be like, yeah. It seemed to be, you know, wish we do that. We do that, and now I'm okay with it. Yeah, and you just like, yeah. But you know, 12 years ago, I was like this little school teacher, and I was a mom, and I'm like, that's weird. Now I'm like, no, that's awesome. That's cool. And you don't know. You really don't know. When Teresa said that, Tiffany did say that to me. Where will you be, Tracy, in 5 years? And are you okay with that? And if I look back, you know, 6 years ago, so much has changed in my life, even just a year ago. So I'm just, you know, so excited to have you guys here. I mean, a year ago, I wouldn't be standing here where I am without Arbonne, truly. And you don't know what impact will hit. And so what I encourage you guys to do is, one, never quit this business. If you have jumped in and you're a consultant, just never quit. It's going to get hard. There's going to be days when you don't want to do it, when you're frustrated, when people tell you no, and it seems really hard. But you know what's hard? Hard is not being able to pay your bills. Hard is dropping your kids off at daycare and not taking care of them or being home with them. Hard is going through a divorce and not being able to support yourself. Okay, that's hard. Picking up the phone and saying, will you please host an event for me? Or would you please just grab a few friends and come let me share this product and this business? Is not hard. So just never quit, because that was my ethic. Is just, I know I'll be where I need to be if I never quit this business. So yeah, my real anniversary, I call my anniversary, is January. So this is my start of my 6th year in Arbonne. I'm an executive regional vice president. That's a title. Basically really means nothing except that I've really helped and served other people to change their life. And that's all that means. It just means I stepped out in faith and I put the fear behind me and I stepped out of my comfort zone and I did something I never thought I would do. And that's get out and share the business and these products with people. And that's all we do. As a teacher, yes, we educate people, but that's nothing any of us can never do. You know, you just go out. People are going to tell you no, and it's going to hurt your soul a little bit. But we put on that thick armor and we move forward and we say, you know what? There's how many billions of people that we can share this business with. So I think one of my misconceptions was what network marketing truly was. I had no idea. So network marketing is just a really smart way to do business. My husband at the time was in corporate America, and he worked for a wonderful company, and he was a manager. And then you have the senior managers, and then you have the CEO. And it kind of looks like, when you think about it, here's my husband, here's the senior managers, And then here's your CEO up here. So it kind of looks like a pyramid. And people will ask you this question, is this a pyramid? Is Arbonne a pyramid? And when you think about that, no, it's not. First of all, pyramids are illegal. But when you look at corporate America, a lot of the employees are working for the CEO, and they're making the CEO money. But in Arbonne, and in network marketing, everybody starts off at a level playing field. We all start off as a consultant. And then however hard you want to work is the level that you get to. So we take out all those middlemen in between as well. So when you think about network marketing, and you think about also, hold on, let me think. Help me out, help out a sister, come on. Well, you take out all those people in between in network marketing, like in retail. Thank you. Hello, Tracy. Tracy, see, you've got my back. So you don't have to be really smart to do this business. You don't have to be able to do anything but read and have a really great support system. So when you have a retail system, you take out all those middlemen in between. You take out the retailer, you take out the warehouser, you take out the advertiser, your Halle Berry, your Cindy Crawford, and it just goes from the consultant to the consumer. And a lot of times, it doesn't even touch you. So that's the beautiful part about network marketing. I love this little model right here because this really explains it. It shows you all these different arrows is what happens in your retailing market, or sometimes even in network marketing. Pardon me, in corporate America. If you just turn this upside down, it's kind of like everybody's pointing upward. But in network marketing, what you do is you take out all those middlemen. And what we do is we spend that money instead of paying the retailer, instead of paying the advertiser. We spend that money on research and development, and we spend that money back to our consultants, which is why it's a really beautiful model when I look at it. Again, I didn't know what it meant. I just thought that, see, this is network marketing. See, there's only the consumer, and it goes, the consultant, and it goes straight to the consumer. So it's beautiful. You take out all those middlemen in between. Clients can order online, like Teresa said. And what we like to do is we like to teach and train those people to do that so that we can go out and serve and help others. What's also beautiful about Arbonne is it's a global opportunity. So we are in the UK, Canada, Australia, obviously the US. We are just launched into Poland, and then we're going to New Zealand June 2nd, and then Taiwan in the fall. And you just don't know who you might know that might be in one of those businesses. So when you think about Arbonne and joining Arbonne, you have a global business in the palm of your hands. You just have to be able to share it, and you have to be able to talk to people about it. I was actually talking to my girlfriend that I hadn't talked to probably in about a year, just 2 days ago. And she said, oh my gosh, Todd, my husband just came home from Taiwan. I'm like, oh, really? Todd? Oh yeah, he works there. Okie dokie. So now I know that my girlfriend Greta, whose husband is a manager of a company in Taiwan, she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, we'll totally hook you up. So that's where you think about, who do you know? Or who might you know that knows somebody in Australia? Or did I even say Australia? You know somebody in Australia? Is it Australia? There you go. Right? So, global opportunity in the palm of your hands. I love that part. I think I'm doing the right one. So with Arbonne, what we say is you can switch, you can save, and you can earn. So you switch the products that you're using now, again, like Teresa mentioned. So we try to Arbonize our home the best we can. Everybody shampoos, they wash their face, they put on makeup. So you switch what you're using now, and you replace that with pure, safe, and beneficial products with Arbonne. You can save. As a consultant, we know you can save 35 up to 50%. I love that, and I tell this story often. When I first started my business, maybe a year into it, my son and I were at Target, and he wanted to buy Axe or something for his hair. And I'm like, no, buddy, we don't buy from Target because we can buy from our shopping mall. And he's like, really, Mom? No, I'm not really sure how that works. So I said, no, every time we buy the shampoo from Arbonne, they're paying us back. And he really didn't understand that until a year later when I drove up with the white Mercedes. And he's like, oh, really? So now, really, Arbonne, it really works, Mom. I mean, he was my biggest skeptic. And then once I explained it to him, I showed him, he's now 19, and he thinks it's brilliant. It's obviously a brilliant business model. So it is. It's one of those things that you have to be able to explain to people and show people, because it's really not easy to conceptualize. Let me switch trade and expense for an income. That's basically what we're doing. We're teaching people how to exchange that expense. You're going out and you're spending money, but you can actually put that money back in your pocket. And then that's where it comes with earn. So when you help others become successful and you serve others, that's when you become successful. And I love that in this business is that you can't get to the top of this company by yourself. You have to be able to help and serve and lock arms with other people. And that's the beautiful thing. You know, there a lot of corporate America, they just want to kind of put their heads down and they want to sit in their cubicle and they're like, okay, I'm going to do my work, and I don't want her to know what I'm doing, because they might get something that they might get a person that I know or that I don't know, if I'm making sense with that. But like in Arbonne, I'm like, okay, lock arms with me. Let me help you. Let me teach you. Because when you're successful, I'm successful. And it's the triple effect. And that's the beautiful thing. This is a different one. I can remember this. So I'm just going to kind of go through what the different levels in Arbonne are. So everybody starts off, like we said, as a consultant. And then the first level of management is district manager. We like to teach and train people to get there in 1 to 3 months, because what you're doing is you're giving yourself a 50% pay raise. At that level, you're making anywhere between $250 on average to about $1,100. So my third month in the business, my paycheck was $1,121 or something like that. So as a district manager, again, you can do that on your own, but we don't suggest it. We like to teach people to start with a team. The second level of management is area manager. And that is anywhere between 3 to 6 months, but again, that's average. And this does not mean that's where you're gonna be. That just means we like to teach people to get there at a certain amount of time, but it's your journey, again, like we said. At area manager level, you're making, I'm thinking, I don't know why I'm looking at it because I can't read it. You make probably, I would say, anywhere between like $1,000 to $3,000 at that area manager level. And mind you guys, this is part-time. This is part-time work. So as an area manager, yes, you most likely have 1 to 2 people doing this business with you. And $3,000, that's, I quit my job as an area manager. I quit my job as a teacher. I was a full-time teacher and doing Arbonne at the same time. And once I got to that area manager level, I was able to quit. We all know teachers don't do it for the money. I did it for the love of children, and now I get to go back and do it when I choose. But that $3,000 is pretty much compatible with the teacher. So I got to that level, and I was able to quit. The beautiful thing about that level also is it's billable. So you're 3 down. So I knew if anything were to happen to me, my 2 children would be taken care of, and my business would run, and they would be able to take over that business. Because once you start Arbonne, it just doesn't go away. It still runs itself. Third level, regional vice president. And on average, again, that's 1 to 3 years. It took me about 3 years to get there. I think maybe it was about 3 years, I can't remember. Somewhere along those lines. And, you know, a lot of people aren't about the car. I was about the car. I'm going to say I was about the car. I wanted the Mercedes. I really did. My son was turning 16 in March, and he needed a car, and I got my car in May. So I had my blinders on, and I knew I would love to get a car and have Arbonne pay for it. So they give you an $800 paycheck to pay for your Mercedes. It just has to be white. You get to pick out which one it is. On average, regional vice presidents make between $5,000 and $8,000. Okay, that's life-changing. That is. That could be a single family income. That could be dual family income, frankly. And again, you don't know what's going to happen in your life to be able to make a change. It allows you to make choices. It allows you to make changes. And then the national vice president level, which is the 4th level, on average, they're making $22,000. I don't know what you can do. That money is just awesome when you think about it. And I'm able to witness it firsthand because my best friend and I are so close, and she shares with me a lot what she does, and she travels and she gives back, and she started foundations for women in Africa. She was able to start a foundation for her son who had leukemia when he was 2, and so she's able to give back that way, and I just can't wait to see. And Arbonne, our goal, just Arbonne in general, is to be the #1 company to give back. And I think that's just so amazing to think about what Arbonne is about and what we stand for. It's not just about the products, it's about the people and how we want to give back and serve other people. I'm going to finish up with it starts with you. You have to have a desire to do something different, like Teresa said, and you have to decide. In this business, you have to decide that where you're at is not where you want to be. And that's what changed my life. 5 years ago, I said, I can't keep doing what I'm doing, and I need to decide to do something different, and only you can decide that. Only you can do something different. I can't do something different for you. I can hope to do something different for you, and I can hope that this business can change your life, but I can't do it for you. So it starts with you. And in Arbonne, we say, you need to dream. I put my dreams up on the shelf for years because I thought that I was in this little bubble of being a teacher and I couldn't dream again. And I realized that, no, I'm going to have huge dreams. And my vision has gotten so incredibly clear in the last 3 months of what I can do in this business and where we can be in this business. And my children are my #1 priority. I have a 16 and 19-year-old, and doesn't matter how old they are. They are my why, and I will show them that this business can change our life. It already has, but you get to decide that, and you get to change that. And so with that, I'm going to do some recognition because that's my favorite part of this business, is recognizing those people who have done amazing jobs. So if you're new, you might not, understand what the recognition is. When I was recognized as a teacher, I got a mug with like candy in it, right? For like Happy Valentine's Day or something like that. The other recognition I got, which really wasn't recognition, was I got pink slip every year for 5 years in a row. So that wasn't really recognition. That was a bummer. So Stace, do you want to come up and help me? Love that. So recognition, we recognize, do you guys want to get up and stretch, like do anything? It's hot. You guys good? Right? Fan off. Change seats. As a teacher, I like to hey, let's touch your nose. Stretch. Right? Do some stuff. Little air. Yeah, maybe get some air flowing in here. Okay, I know that Jennifer and Chris in the back are new. Tamara, you're kind of new. Did you guys hear anything that was like, oh, I didn't know that, or that kind of resonates, or questions, or anything that comes up? Chris, I was waiting for you. Let me ask you this question, because we love men in Arbonne. We do. We love men, and we encourage men to join this business. So, Jennifer, kudos to you for having him come and join you, because as you can see, he's the only one here. So what made you take a peek at this business?
Well, I've always been a fan of rich dad, poor dad, entrepreneurial endeavors, and I go early capitalism. I remember reading a lot of things, one bucket, all chef. So anytime it's in my life, I believe in those. I believe in those because it's just a different distribution channel. And I'll give you an example. I sold parts for 2 years ago. They spend $2 million on every month on advertising. So when I think about it, it's too late to make that to employees and other people that do affiliate marketing like increase the return on their investment. So that's why I think it's important. I also like the fact we have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and that's super important to us. We want to be there. I don't want to babysit her. I don't want to have to not be able to make time for her. That's really important to us. So something like this gives you the opportunity to do that. And also, I feel that with women in particular, you guys have an amazing bond. And I know that just from how our life has changed drastically since we had our child, women look at my wife differently because she has a child. It's like this bond, almost like I use camaraderie, see with like Green Berets. Serious. I know one woman's using another one, well, what are you doing? Well, that makes you feel cool. I want to know about it. And boom, now you're talking about it, product, and they feel that it can change their lives. Because I'm a big believer in changing your life, and also whoever you're around, it affects you more than we realize. You know, it starts with them before you sit on the outside. And things manifest based on who you're around. So I want my wife to be around positive people. That's kind of what attracts me to it. Finding a supportive parent.
Awesome. Wow. Jennifer, what are you thinking? How proud of you. You guys make a great team. Really, truly. It's really cool because men get this business because it's a business. You know, women, like you said, who you surround yourself with. I call this my tribe. This is my tribe, you know, and it's gotten, for most of us, we've been together, you know, you've been on the journey with me for 5 years, 6 years, you know, and without these women, we've been through a lot together. And you make a really great point that we want to be surrounded with people that are supportive and positive, and you don't find that. And that's why I left the job that I was in, because it was very toxic. So
for me, like, picking up the business, like, I run a kitchen about, I don't want to say it out loud, but like close to 20 years of my life. I've helped young people grow, learn jobs, get into college, write stuff for them, help them find jobs. And some of them are still like one just graduated from art school, you know, and I'm thinking, well, I did this already. I just wasn't making any extra money for myself, right? I mean, I made decent money. I wasn't hurting, but at the same time, I want to be with my kid. I was giving my life over there. I had her. I was home for a little while. Then he stayed home, and I went back to work, and I was miserable. So I took the last year off. We've been traveling, and we're just looking for something else.
we're so excited to have you guys here. Good energy, really good energy. Thanks, you guys, for being here. So first, we're going to recognize we have some new consultants on our team. And Natasha just had to step out. Talking about kids, right? They're why we do this business. If you don't have kids yet, then maybe that's not your why. But most of the time, you do this business because of your children and the life you can change, or to be home with your children. I wasn't home with my children either, and you think, oh, as a high schooler, you don't need to be home with your kids. Wrong. You need to be home more because the stuff that's going on. Woo-wee. Melanie is our other new consultant, so come on up now. So Melanie's been a user for about a year, and then just decided to jump into the business. And so I'm going to let's give her triple roses because she's actually in district qual also. So obviously that district qual is you're in that qualification for that first level. Again, we want to get people there as quickly as possible because you give yourself a 50% pay raise. And then Mariah Kroll is not here. Did I say Crail? Crail is not here, but she's also in district qual. So that's awesome. Thanks, Mariah. Okay, so then we're going to go into top personal QB, and that would be Teresa. So congrats, Teresa. So she did top. When you say QB, that's like all these acronyms, but that means that that's your qualifying volume. So that's the volume that you did as in your business for the month of April. And then Jamie Allison, she's in San Diego. Hey, Jamie, I don't know if she's on, but she'll be with us Saturday at our training. And then also Tanya. Tanya can be with us tonight as well. So yay for Tanya. And then we have sponsoring. So we know that in our business, sponsoring is basically bringing new people in. So sponsoring equals your growth. So our top personal sponsoring was myself. Yeah, it's all good. And Annie. Yay, Annie. And then Jamie. So So Jamie and my San Diego team was going there. And then top personal, well, this is kind of goes along the same lines. It's top personal 150 sponsoring. So we know when we sponsor people, we want to get them into that 150 range. So Annie, you were again that top personal 150 sponsoring. Sorry. Top central QB was also myself and Teresa. So yay for Teresa and Jamie again. I'm super excited. Top district sponsoring was myself, Teresa, and Jamie. Awesome. And then top district sponsoring was myself, Jamie, and Cece. Oh, yay. And then with that, I also want to recognize that Stacey's also in area qualification. Congrats on that. And again, you know, this is not a team. It's about working as a team and helping one another. So none of us are saying yay for ourselves. It's yay for our team. We had one of our best months. Actually, we had our best month ever. So we went way past nation qual. I mean, sorry, I wish. Halfway to nation. So we went past halfway to nation, which is the top level of the company. So that's awesome. Yay. So thank you guys for doing that. That's awesome. And with that,
Did everybody get?
I did. I gave them out to new consultants.
And
So
yes?
I didn't get. Well,
Did you guys get raffles?
yes, I gave them to
Okay.
Chris, Jennifer, and
Okay.
Tamara, and Mel. Okay. And are you a consultant?
You don't know.
She is.
Is she new?
I signed her up. So yes. She's like, yeah, why So Tamara, will you shake it up and grab one? Yeah, right. She's gonna grab her own. We'll wait till the other one for the end. Oh, I forgot. I have one other gift, a recognition that I like to do personally. So I call this the Perseverance Award. So if you guys know what perseverance means, it means somebody who does something over and beyond. You persevere. I actually named my car Percy. So her name's Percy because 3 years ago when I earned that car, it wasn't about me. It was about our team persevering through a bunch of uphill moguls and just getting through a lot of stuff that we had to get through in order to earn. That car is not for me. That car is for our team. I get emotional about that because this is not about me. This is about serving other people, and the car is a great status symbol, if you will, but that doesn't mean that I'm arrived or that I am where I want to be. You know, I tell myself that story that I have the car and I was able to stop teaching, but my job is not done. My job is not done until I know that everybody that I need to touch and I need to share this business with has heard it and has seen it. Whether they say yes or no is not up to me, but that I've reached out to other people and I've shared that with them, and then they get to decide that. So persevering through the yeses and the nos, which is the hardest part. I mean, I was telling Mel this, like, this is the hardest part. When you first start your business, the first 30 days is the hardest because people are going to tell you no and they won't show up. And you're going to have to go through that treachery. And a lot of us have been through that for a long time. So Stacy, I want to give you the Perseverance Award because you stuck with us through thick and thin, and we missed you so much. But look what you did, even though, you know, it takes a team, it takes a village, and we're here for you, and we persevered, and you stuck with it, and you never quit. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
thank you all. Thank you.
little award because
That's how we roll. There's our decoration. I love to give out challenges because I'm so motivated by the challenge. I don't care. Okay, you'll earn a toothpaste for this challenge or whatever. But I threw out a challenge and whoever brought the most guests to the event. So congratulations on that. Awesome. And then now this is for you because you went into a district fall. So I'd love to give gifts. I think that's my love language, maybe gift giving, right? Quality time. So the other thing I wanted to do really quickly, because all of us in this room are consultants or soon to be consultants, and we get into this business, let's be honest, who got into this business to not make money? Right? Okay, so we got into this business because we want to make money, correct? Make a paycheck, yes? Yes, okay. So I titled this training, Show Me the Money, okay? Because in this business, we want to see how to make money at a part-time level, and we want to be able to do it so we can stay home with our children, or we want to be able to do something different. So I'm going to really touch on it really quickly because a lot of the acronyms and the things that you might hear as a new consultant might not resonate with you, and might not make sense. But basically, what we look for in Arbonne, this is the one time in your life that you can say, I want to be big, fat, and wide. Because in this business, you want to be big, you want to be wide. And what that means is you want to sponsor people direct to you, okay? So when you're doing this business, you're out there looking for people to directly sponsor, okay? And the name of the game, if you can think about directly sponsoring 8 people to you directly, that's going to grow your paycheck, okay? Now, 8 seems like a really big number, but it grows exponentially. So that's why we teach people, when you go out there and you're talking, you talk to everybody. This is a numbers game. So that's why we recommend that you go out and you host events, because when you host events, there's usually 5 to 6 people at those events. Let's say you do 8 of those, which is what we recommend a month, 2 a week, 2 shifts a week, and you're talking to 5 people at each of those events. That's 40 people. That's a law of numbers. So if you're talking to 40 people, your hope and your goal is to at least get 2 people to start the business with you. Maybe 1. Does that always happen? No, it doesn't. If it were to happen all the time, then all of us would be ENVPs, but it doesn't. But the goal is to go out there and host your 8 events and look to sponsor 8 people direct to you, okay? And for me, I'm not a huge numbers person, but when I heard you want to have 8 district managers direct to you, that resonated with me, okay? So 8 district managers. If I can get to district myself, then I can teach other people how to do that, okay? So, it's, you know, I think, again, I came up here and I said I'm an executive regional vice president. It's not about the title. If you sponsor 8 districts direct to you, you're going to be a regional vice president. Because if all those districts do 5,000, which is what districts do, that's $40,000 right there. That's region fall. And then they continue to do that. Again, if you're new, a lot of these numbers might not make sense right now, but what you want to focus on is bringing people in and sponsoring people direct to you. It's great to have 8, but we know as we're doing this business, they don't all stick. Okay, so if you say, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to do 8 direct districts to me, how many do you think will stick? I don't know, Marina, how many do you think? Like normally? 2, right? You might be happy with 2. We would love it to have 4. Okay, so if you have 4, let's say your goal is 8, and 4 stick with you. So you sponsor 4 direct to you, and then those 4 go area. You're a region, 10, 20, 30, 40, because area is 10,000 a month, okay? So then those areas go region, okay? That's 40 times 4 is 160. That's nation. That's nation qual, okay? So then those regions go nation, and then you're a 4-wide nation. So the math, when you think about it, you want to sponsor 8 because we know the attrition rate, they're not all going to stick. So if you can think of 8 district managers direct to you, don't think about the title. Don't think about, I want to go area. or I want to go region. Think about sponsoring 8 district managers direct to you, okay? That's where the money's going to come. And this is where it resonated with me. Because like I said, I'm not a numbers person. Okay, so here's where the math comes in. So you have 8 districts, and they only do maintenance. Maintenance as a district manager is $2,500, okay? With each of them just doing their maintenance, you'll receive $130 for each in your paycheck. Just for doing maintenance, okay? That doesn't include your bonuses, that doesn't include your commission, that doesn't include your central district. That's just those that you've promoted out. That's $1,040 in just overrides for those 8. Again, that doesn't include your direct district. Okay, so that's $1,000. If you're an area, if you sponsor 8 district managers, and by that time you're most likely an area, okay? Actually, you'll probably be a region. With your area overrides, you'll get an additional $780 in your paycheck. So that's about $1,800. Just, again, in overrides. That has nothing to do with your central district. So for me, again, I'm not a numbers person, but when I look at that, and that has nothing to do with just my central, I'm looking at probably $2,200, $2,500 if I sponsor 8 districts, okay? If you can go district, you can sponsor a district. What you're doing is you're just teaching and training them to share the business and share the product and look for a team. And that's basically what it is. We already talked about that. Basically, bottom line is titles are attained when you duplicate yourself. And remember, when you're wide, in this business too, if you look at other business, network marketing businesses, you don't have to have a certain amount of people to promote, and that's the beautiful thing at Arbonne. But what happens is you can be paid on your width, infinity width. Your depth, though, you only get paid 3 deep. So this didn't make sense to me at first, but let's say, here's myself, here's Tracy, and I have 3 district managers, okay? I will get paid for every district manager they sponsor and they sponsor. I'm gonna get paid 3 deep on them. As long as I'm 3 wide, I'll get paid 3 deep. In Arbonne, you only get paid 3 deep, but I will get paid on my width. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, kind of? So you wanna be wide. If I only have 1 district manager on my team, then I'm only gonna get paid 1 deep, okay? Even if she sponsors another and another, or she sponsors a district over here, I'm not gonna get paid on that because I've only sponsored 1 direct to me. So that's why you wanna be wide. Cecilia Stoll has what, like 12, 13 nations direct to her. She's our #1 income earner. She gets paid on that width, but she only gets paid on 3 deep. But she's gonna get paid on all that width. That's why she's #1 income earner. So think about being big, fat, and wide in this business. And again, talk about show me the money, right? So really, that's what I wanted to say is, if you can focus on bringing people into your business and promoting them to district, don't worry about saying, I want to be an area manager, I want to be a regional vice president. Just focus on helping people go district, and that will build your paycheck. Okay? And I'm going to close also, because my closer's not here. So I love this book. It's called How Many People Does It Take to Make a Difference? It has the #1 on there. So, the world needs more you in it. In her speeches, this is a gal, her name's Marian Elderman. She's the founder of Children's Defense Fund. Okay, I can't do this with my glasses. I'm really pretending like I can. I'm gonna mess it up. Okay. She reminds us of it's like a new world. She reminds us that a lot of people these days are still waiting for Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, or Gandhi to come back. But they're all gone. We are it. It is up to us now. It is up to you. More than ever before, our world needs more goodness, more kindness, more caring, more action, and more you in it. John F. Kennedy said that one person can make a difference, and every person must try. What if each of us really tried? What if each of us spontaneously decided, there's that word again, to decide, that one by one, we really can be the better world we wish for. This is our time, yours and mine. We have important discoveries to make. Now is the time to make them. You have important talents to develop. Now is the time to develop them. You have important gifts to give the world. Now is the time to give them. Arbonne is the best gift I've ever been given. Do not be selfish with this gift. Share it with everybody you know. And thank you guys for being here tonight.